Hey guys, how's it going today? I just wanted to start off by saying welcome to my channel. This is Star Wars Detective here. Two of my favorite characters, probably in all of Star Wars, not just in the movies, but in the games, in the comics, in everything, all of the lore that I can think of, are Anakin Skywalker and Revan. Uh, Revan, as some people know, is extremely powerful character, as is Anakin Skywalker, and in my opinion, they're extremely matched. Uh, and I think if these two individuals were to, heck, if they were to duel or to fight each other, they would probably be on common ground, and it would probably be, I don't know, it would probably be like having a supernova or something like that happen. I wanted to release this video and say, what if Anakin Skywalker and Revan, either as Darth Revan or the Jedi Knight, as we know, as Revan, fought? These two characters were extremely powerful. I know Anakin Skywalker, he we all know the path that he took, became Darth Vader later on, but he was just very strong in the Force, being born without a father, just being born of the Force. And Revan, he doesn't really have, what I'm trying to say is he has a similar background. He has a similar history. He just has that kind of strength that Anakin sort of had. And yeah, so these two characters I feel would be extremely matched, for these couple reasons, because they have these two backgrounds, and I think when the writers thought of creating a character like Revan, they were thinking of someone like Anakin Skywalker. Now, when you take someone like, say, from the Old Republic era, which, say, Revan is very difficult because Anakin Skywalker, he's not really from, that same generation. So it's like taking a fighter from the 1940s and putting him on the battlefront in today's world, or taking an MMA fighter and taking him to the boxing world of the 1930s. You just wouldn't see it. Uh, it could be possible, but it's just, yeah, you just wouldn't see it. Now, to raise another point I had, these types of things, they just, I wanted to make this video because, these two characters, they mean a lot to me, not just, how I see these two characters, their power, their strength, but also their charisma, how they cared about others, and my childhood. And my childhood was exactly that. I think it was extremely powerful because of what I grew up with and what we all grew up with. Growing up with stories like Star Wars, for instance, and things like Harry Potter, like Lord of the Rings, anything you name it. I, for one, grew up with the original movies, Star Wars movies first, like Luke, Leia, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and then I went on to the prequel movies with Anakin and Obi-Wan when those movies came out in the early 2000s in 1999. and so on and so forth. But back to my original topic between Revan and Anakin. This video has sort of strayed off topic a bit, and I just wanted to point out to the fact that I think it would just be interesting to see as like a cartoon animation, or maybe a written element to someone's story. But it's still an idea that's always popping in my head, because you can't help but think about characters like this, say Obi-Wan and say Malk, for instance. Even though those two characters are similar in power, they're not exactly the same. And Revan and Anakin, I see them as the same. But I see these two characters as being the same, and I just want to point out to the fact that it's really interesting for people to view these two characters as similar, because if you look at the writing, then they can be extremely similar. They can be extremely unique because they are unique to Star Wars as a whole. Because when we view Star Wars, people mainly see the movies, but they aren't just the movies, they're also the TV shows, they're also the games, they're also the comic books, and so on and so forth. And this is where these characters are from. And so Anakin came from the movies first, of course, but then part of his character also came from the comics and the books and the games as well. And Revan started from the books and the games too, and I don't want to delve in too much of that, but I can get into more of that if I so wish. But and feel free to comment below if you want me to as well. But I just thought that I should make this video. I just feel like there would be a huge explosion of some kind, and that there would be a huge eruption. But I think it would be really neat to see. And I, for one, would love to see this in some kind of thing, some kind of event to happen, because when haven't we, seen... We've seen a lot of big characters have fights like this. I can think of other people like Yoda and Palpatine in Episode 3, Anakin and Obi-Wan in Episode 3. But Yoda and Palpatine in Episode 3, that fight, in my opinion, is the biggest fight of that all, because those two were probably the most evenly matched. Just because if you think about it, they're the two grandmasters of the Order, the Jedi versus the Sith, and that was, the song played during that time was the Battle of the Heroes, and by John Williams, and it made a lot of sense why that song was played, if you understand that. So anyway, this is the end of my video, and I just hope everyone is doing well, and thank you all for tuning in. Until next time.